The other day I was at home and I was playing around with the Insta360 X4 and I just stuck it on my porch and did this video. And my favorite comment was, how? So I figure I'll show you really quick how to do that. So I think I know what the problem is, but I want to start from the beginning. So basically this is not way up in the air on a 10-foot pole. This is maybe a foot over the edge of the porch right there. You can see it. It's not far up in the air. This is the X4 up top. It's on the best 360 pole and clamp. There's a motorcycle kit for Pel King with a mount and then this double clamp, and I'll use that sometimes to support it. You know, if it's hanging or if you have a 10-foot out, that's a lot of weight to be putting on a small clamp on the base, so you just give it a little extra support. Now, where I have problems making this is in the app. This is something that works a lot better in the studio. I'm going to try and show you on the app really quick right here. Now, I'm doing this on a tablet, but it's your phone, a tablet, whatever. It's this one. So when it comes out and running, this is what it is, just over the edge of the roof. That can be cool. Here's the thing. So you got to put a keyframe in, you go to Tiny Planet. Okay. You try and pull it out, Tiny Planet, then you have to update the keyframe. There we go. Usually put the target right there on the porch, update the keyframe, and then we'll try and pinch it out. See, it just doesn't want to, you can't get it to go out any further. That's 1:1. But you'll see in the same Tiny Planet setting, if you do 16:9, you have a lot less. It'll bounce back. If you do vertical, that's probably the thinnest, is if you do vertical video. But to get something wide, you know, it's just, you're not going to do it. That's not bad. You can still see it, you know, fairly good. I don't like what it's doing around the edge there, but I'm going to hop on the desktop now and I'm going to show you how I get this effect in the studio. Let me hop over there real quick and we'll show you. Alright, so now let's get into the studio version of Insta360 Editor on the desktop, and we are going to open up that same file. Now, the thing that I like about the studio the most is the precision. Now, the first thing I do in here is I make sure direction lock is off. That'll mess with a lot of things. Also, I make sure it's not on the AI stitching. I use either optical flow or dynamic. Chromatic calibration you always want on. And I don't have any sticky lenses or anything. You know, you can skim through your file real quick in there. I want to put on a keyframe. You can either put that little plus keyframe, or you can do what I do is always hit Control K. Get over here, go to Tiny Planet, and you just pull it back. You don't have to recenter or redo your keyframe or your point or anything. Then here's where it really comes in handy. It's down here, you can get very specific with every parameter about this. So right here, your field of view, which is 137 when I went to Tiny Planet. The reason I can get it so small is because I put it in here and I go out to like, I don't know, like 150. And also you can type that in. You know, so if you're doing from project to project and you want the same parameters, the same depth to it, all you got to do is remember whatever numbers you have in there and apply it to the next video. Whereas on the app, you kind of just got to guess. There's no, you know, there's a keyframe there, but it doesn't tell you the parameters like this is. Yeah, you can go out pretty far. I mean, I think it goes around 160 something, 170. Yeah, I think 160 is the farthest, but I think that kind of makes the clouds look weird. I don't know. If you add some sharpness to it, it wouldn't look too bad. You know, but anytime you just go back there and just shrink that down a little bit. Good enough for government work. Oh, yeah, see? Now, Now that you figured out how I get it zoomed out like that in a Tiny Planet, and it's the same thing as I was saying with the app, your different frame rates or different shots. So 1:1, you'll see it one way. 16:9, you'll see another. 3 ultra wide. Like, this just, I think that's awesome. But anyway, we're gonna get this back to normal, and we're gonna go back to normal 16:9 screen. Now, everything that I've shown you, all this footage, it's done in the flat color profile. I should let you know what the settings were. I forgot to do that. So the time-lapse settings I've been liking lately: flat color profile. During the day, I'll do either a -0.3 or 0.7 on the exposure value. 5,000, 5,500 Kelvin for the color. ISO 100 during the day. I also put it to the 400 max, depending on if it's real cloudy day, to let it, adjust a little bit. At night, I've been doing 1600 max on sunsets, and they've been looking pretty good. I always set the ISO, and I always set the white balance. Now, the shutter speed, I don't know this stuff is good, so I leave the shutter speed on auto. Please let me know in the comments if you have a better suggestion. Now, with all that being said, sometimes you can kind of mess with it. Right here, media processing. And this is where you can do the motion and de-blur and stuff like that, but I want to do that with clouds. Your color plus, it does it. It's, you can get by with it. But then say you want to add some sharpening, which is clarity. No, you can't do both clarity and color. But you can do Aquavision, which, bear with me here. Change the hue a bit, and then you can also add clarity plus. I don't know, I kind of like it. I'm just saying that press buttons, try the different colors, because honestly, you can get in here with this and get weird. You can't keyframe these, but I think it works out pretty good when you export. And there's another problem that I think people have is you just hit export on your phone or something and it just goes. Is that right? Is it wrong? It's horrible. You can see in here, you can pick your actual resolution. So I've been kicking out my Insta360 videos at 4K since the 1X. But you can do that option here. When you do different things on the app, it will make the file smaller or less bitrate, or it's just not as good. So I like to have Insta360 do as little as possible in the post-processing. So right here, it goes that. I'll export in 264, 265, they'll say 300 megabytes. If you really want to get fancy, you're doing, I don't know, a paid thing for them, then go to ProRes. But then that 400 megabyte file just turned to 3.5 gigs. I like to get the best within reason. I don't need to fill up my stuff that much. Then you put this up, and it's you get the bitrate as high as you can. Yeah, if you have any more questions, just feel free, ask me, and I'll let you know. If it's a one-off question, I'll just write it back to you. If more than 3 people ask a question, I make a video. So yeah, have a good one. We'll see you later.